ask a question of you specifically, just go ahead and answer it. If they ask of the group, let me identify who's going to start talking so that the transcribers can catch who it is. So, okay, we'll begin with questions for the student athletes. If you raise your hand if you have a question, Susan will bring you a microphone and we will get started.
Emily, Cameron with the Courier-Journal. Emily, for you, just 7 steals today. It seemed like the pressure you guys had on Albany, especially that first half, kind of threw them off. Just what did you see defensively that was working for you guys, and was the point really to kind of speed them up most of the game?
Yeah, that was exactly why we did our press for a majority of that game, just to get a quick go so we could start the tournament off right, and I think we executed it perfectly. We're a lot longer, we're a little bit quicker, and I think we did everything right, so.
Okay, next question.
Steve Bittenbender, Associated Press, for any of the players. Coming out of the ACC tournament, how important was it to not just come out with a victory today, but to really, step on the gas and play that way throughout the entire game?
Haley and then Kiana.
Yeah, I think the feeling that we felt in the ACC tournament, we decided after that game that we were never going to feel that again. And we had a great 2 weeks of practice, but at some point you got to let that game go, and I think we've let it go. It's in the past. We've learned from it, and we move forward, and I think we proved that in this game. So.
Yeah. And on the
No, go ahead.
with the first game in the tournament, we just want to get it started off on a good note and kind of make a statement, and I feel like we did that today.
Emily?
Michael McCama from Cardinal Authority.
Okay.
Kiana, you came out with really on fire in the first quarter with a 10-point start. How big was that to get you guys going offensively?
Yeah, I just took what the defense gave me. We've been putting up, me and Haley specifically, been putting up a lot of shots together these past 2 weeks, and it's just been paying off. So I hope to keep that going these next couple games.
Paulie, Cardinal couple, just a question for all three of you, but primarily for Haley. What do y'all think about playing Gonzaga on Sunday?
Go ahead, Haley and then Emily.
No, I'm really excited. I know a lot of my peoples back home are going to be watching, hopefully cheering for me. I know they love their Zags out there, but no, I'm really excited. They're a great team, so it's going to be a good game. It's going to be fun to be a part of. So we're going to prepare for it, and we'll take care of business. So.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've never been to a Sweet 16, so I'm really hoping this is the year to go as far as the championship. But just to even go past the second round for me is something special, especially to do it with this team. I'm just really excited to be playing with them, and Gonzaga is a really good team, and I think that we just have to lock in the next few days, and we'll be all right.
Oh, yeah, they're a great team, and I know our coaches will have us prepared for whatever they'll throw at us.
See, Eric, did you have one? Okay.
Tim Sullivan, Courier-Journal. For all the players, Jeff Walls got an extension today, and one of the clauses in it allows him to leave coaching after the 4th year to go into administration. Do you think that's even conceivable that he would walk away that soon?
Kiana and then Emily.
I don't see it happening. Administration, as in AD or something like that.
Administration.
Position that pays him a lot less than.
I think Coach Walls gets a lot of enjoyment out of yelling at us, so I think he'll stay. He'll stay a couple more years.
Yeah, I think he'll stay coaching a little longer than that. But if it's a position that lets him talk a little more, he might grab it in a couple of years. But no, he loves coaching us, and we're lucky to have him. I don't know. That's a funny question. I didn't even know.
I know. Let's just be honest. We know Walls isn't afraid to say controversial things, so I think he might lose his job in administration faster than he would in coaching. But he loves coaching us, and I can't see it happening, but weird things have happened, so I guess so.
Haley, for you, first, Cameron with the Courier-Journal. Haley, you didn't start off great shooting the ball, picked it up in that second quarter. Was it just a matter of seeing the ball go through the net, or you feel like you were pressing early on?
No, I mean, we have had 2 weeks off where we haven't played a game. I personally have been going light in practice just to manage minutes here. So, like, it was my first time running up and down, and it happens. Like, I had to get my feet under me. There were good shots. They just weren't going in, and I just kept attacking and kept making the right reads, and it ended up going my way. So.
For Emily, you made a couple of pretty nifty plays with your left hand today. What do you do left-handed other than that kind of play?
Usually miss a lot of left-handed layups. No, I'm just kidding. From the beginning of the year, I think I've came a long way with the left hand. But I don't know. I think I work on a certain kind of left-hand layup, and
I taught her.
yeah, I'm still trying to teach her how to make a right-hand layup, so we'll get there.
I
one
made
day.
one today. I know you saw the Euro set. Okay.
Anyways, out of my Oh, good question. I eat like fork and knife with my left. I don't know, it's a weird random thing. And I play pool with my left. And I swear to goodness, I swear. You know what?
Girl, bye.
And I play the guitar with my left hand. I don't know, little random things. Apparently, I was ambidextrous when I was a baby, so.
Great answer.
Since when do you play
guitar?
Last year,
What?
I was trying to learn.
Next question.
That's a
All
lie.
right, Abigail Ravel, Albany Times Union. Coach said yesterday that he thought you Albany might be the toughest 16 seed you've ever faced. For Kiana and Emily, having played them, would you agree with that? Where would you rank them?
Go ahead, Ken.
I've never played a 16 seed. At Cal or here, we were a 2 seed last year, so we played a 15. Yeah, first time we played all.
I don't know yet. Have I? I don't even know. I'm gonna be honest with you.
They're good though.
Yeah, they're
It's
good.
been a while.
They're good.
Yeah, they were good. We're talking about Albany right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, New York team. They are a good team. Yeah, they won their conference. They gave us a challenge. I just think that we showed up a little better in the situation. Like, we're at home. You know, we definitely have an advantage. But I think that they put out a fight as best as they could, but we pulled it out well. Thank you. I'm done doing it.
Emily, first of all, congratulations on reaching the 1,000-point plateau. Just talk a little bit what that means to you in your career.
Yeah, that was really surprising. I actually had no idea, and I didn't make it in high school, so that was pretty cool. You know, Coach Walls kind of didn't say anything, so it was a surprise. But it feels good. It feels good to be a part of that club, and I'm just really excited to keep pushing on in the tournament.
Will you write a song about it?
I do not want to hear her
I
sing,
learned
okay?
one song in that guitar, and it was Our Song by Taylor Swift. So that's the only thing I could play for you. Haley can sing it.
Okay, I'm a T Swift fan. I'm a diehard T Swift fan, so I got you on that one.
Yeah, I'm staying out of that.
Haters.
Other questions? Okay, we got nothing on Zoom.
Thank you,
Thank you,
guys.
ladies.
Have a good night.
They know better than to put us in the press conference together.
While we're waiting for Coach Walls, let me tell you that the locker rooms are closed to all members of the media. If you want to talk to a player or whatever, talk to Nick. What? And I'll remind all the people joining us on Zoom that if you have a question, there's a raise your hand button someplace on your screen, depending on the device you're using. Raise your hand, and we will call on you as time permits.
Are they graduating this year? Or are they? Huh? The whole team is coming? Okay. All right. Emily is. No, Chelsea is.
Oh, Coach. You'd like to start with an opening statement, Coach?
Yeah, sure would. I just first like to start off and congratulate Albany on a great year. They were a fun team to scout, a fun team to watch on film. Was very impressed with what they do and how they do it. And, you know, in our game tonight, we knew we had to come out and try to cause as much havoc as we could. Because if you allow them to run their stuff, they're really good at it. So I thought our kids really did a nice job there of forcing as many turnovers as we did in the first half to really kind of get the separation that we needed. And, you know, it was a fun game, great crowd. I appreciate all of our fans that came out. I've said it, you know, for 15 years now. The thing that amazes me about our fans is they don't only cheer when we make a good play. I mean, we had gone, I think, 4 possessions in a row and missed shots. They were good shots. And they start cheering when we get a rebound again, trying to get us going, trying to get our kids excited. The knowledge of our fan base in women's basketball is remarkable. And, you know, because I say it all the time, I've had the opportunity to go to a lot of our men's games. It amazes me when I hear a fan be like, make the damn shot. And I'm like, do you think a kid's trying to miss? Like, exactly what kid do you think shooting it trying to miss? Our fans don't do that. They aren't negative. They're just so positive. And it's really amazing to me. We were just talking about it as a staff. I think we went 3 minutes and didn't score. And not one time did you hear a boo or a hiss. They started cheering for him. And I think that's what makes this place as special as it is. That's all.
Okay, questions?
This is a quick one. No.
Hey Jeff, Tyler Griever with WHAS 11. You mentioned the turnovers you guys forced. How important was it for you guys to come out and create that kind of pressure and force that many to start the tournament?
That was really important. I mean, that's how we play. I mean, that's what we have to do. We've got to try to get as many opportunities to score. I mean, we shot the ball 63 times to their 49. You know, we get to the free throw line 16 times. We have to create possessions, and that's what we were able to do tonight. And you know, obviously, we'll have a game plan for a really good Gonzaga team on Sunday, and see what we can do.
Steve Bittenbender, Associated Press. Jeff, you talked about Gonzaga. Seemed like they have the kind of inside presence that has, you know, not necessarily been an Achilles heel for your teams, but has posed challenges. What will you look to do over these next 48 hours to kind of prepare for that and get your team ready?
Well, I've already got about 6 guys that are going to be making calls all night long to their hotel. So every hour on the hour, every one of their kids' phones should be ringing. So we're going to start with that and see if they aren't absolutely completely exhausted by tomorrow. Now, you know what? I haven't watched a whole bunch of film yet, just because I had too much respect for Albany to do that, to look ahead. So we'll start on that tonight. I watched the game live and I was really impressed. I thought, they've got great depth. They've got players at all spots. They shoot the three. They go inside. They spread the floor out. So yeah, we're going to have our hands full. But that's what you get. I mean, when you get to the second round, I tell people, guys, there's 32 teams left. That's it. I mean, everybody who's left has been probably ranked in the top 25 at one point in time, or they've received votes. So you're not playing anybody bad. It's difficult to get to the final 32. So that's why I don't ever sit here and think it's a foregone conclusion that you're going to win the next one. They're very, very good. They're well coached. I had the opportunity to coach with Lisa out at USA Basketball. I've got a ton of respect for her staff, and really, really looking forward to being able to watch more tonight.
Tim Sullivan, Courier-Journal. Jeff, your players were in here a little while ago and were not familiar with the contract clause that enables you to go into administration after 4 years, and I would say they were fairly skeptical that you would do that. Can you give us a little insight into your thinking? I know you want to spend more time with your kids, but that soon?
Well, no, it's just nice that they were kind enough to put that in there. I mean, it's one of those things where I'm going to keep coaching as long as I can, as long as I have that passion to do it. But I thought, the EULA board and Josh and Amy, everyone, to even put that as a possibility for me was really kind, and I appreciate it. I've been here for 15 years, and if I coach out the contract, it's 22. And if I'm able to stay around in some form or fashion, I'd love to. This has been home. I've built so many good relationships here within this athletic department that I'd love to continue to be able to be a part of it. Now, when that time comes, I don't know when it's going to be, and maybe that's all Josh wants to be the coach for. I don't know. Maybe he's telling me to hit the road. Who knows? But I'm not sure he wants me to report to him every single day, or maybe I can get part of his office and we'll put a temporary office in there and I can sit right next to him. So no, I mean, it's just, it's really flattering and something that I appreciate, and I'm just going to keep coaching until they ask me to leave.
Jeff Cameron with the Courier-Journal. You mentioned the pressure that you guys were able to put on Albany Day in a tournament where, like you said, you didn't want to look past Albany. You're going to scout Gonzaga tonight. Is that pressure something you feel like you can lean on when you had to turn around and scout so quickly, regardless of who you're playing?
Oh, for sure. We're going to have to. That's one thing we always talk about. You might miss shots. You might struggle from shooting the basketball, but you've got to be able to rely on your defense every single night. And we'll have a plan for Sunday. And I'm very fortunate to have a great staff. I mean, because it's going to be a detailed plan. It's not just going to be roll the ball out there. We go through every single player on their roster, try to figure out how we're going to defend that player within the concept of our team scheme. But we've always said it. If you're a 3-point shooter, our goal, if we're going to get beat, you're not going to make threes. Now, you might make 10 pull-up jump shots, but I better not give you 10 threes, because that's what you do. It's what people try to do to us also, and that's what makes this game so much fun.
Eric Crawford, WDRB. Jeff, you didn't really you had the offensive little dry spell that you talked about. You seem to pick yourself up, though, at times with, like, that trap, even if it was the half court. Is that something that maybe you do more with this team? If you just need to not wake them up, but get them moving again, get them momentum?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that we'll continue to do depending on time and score flow of a game. You know, when you play someone that likes to run a more of a patterned offense, we've got to try to cut that pattern down. Instead of having to guard it for 24 seconds, if we can just guard it for 18, now all of a sudden you're really only guarding probably 3 passes. Where if you let them just bring the ball up the floor, and now all of a sudden you're out there and you're trying to guard 6 or 7 passes, and that's when you get yourself in trouble.
Abigail Rebel, Albany Times-Union. I'm sure when you were watching all that film, you saw how the press is just, I mean, it's disrupted Albany all season. But did the way your players execute the press tonight exceed your expectations of that?
You know, we kind of followed the game plan. I'm going to be honest. You know, our length sometimes, you can watch film, and then all of a sudden Emily gets out there, Kiana gets out there. Haley does a great job of reading the passing lanes. Olivia, Mikasa. We got kids that do a really nice job of anticipating the next pass. And then because we are as long as we are, we alter a lot of passes. We chart deflections, and not necessarily to a steal, but just how many times do you get your hand on the ball? Because our goal is to try to disrupt your offense, even though we might not steal it. But can we get you 3 or 4 steps higher than what you want to be when you start your offense? On a ball reversal pass, are we making you get it in an area that you're really not comfortable with? So I thought our kids did a great job, and you know, we knew that we were going to have to try to turn them over as much as we could.
More questions, Eric?
Just real quick, I mean, Kenny came to the game tonight. He's had a long day, you know, first day as coach. But is this something that he would come out here for, you know, to be a part of this and to kind of be around? Just real quick, did that mean something?
Yeah, of course it did. I mean, you know, I really appreciate that. Our players appreciated it. He's had a whirlwind of a day, you know, if not 2 or 3 days. So for him to take the time to come out, and, you know, it's Rick used to do it. And it's great because Rick used to sit in the crowd too. And it's really neat. You know, when you're sitting out there, he's in the second row, everybody's coming up to him, and I'm sure it was crazy. But he sat there and smiled and took pictures and probably kissed some babies, all that good stuff. But it's what this athletic department has been built on. And it's one of the things I've talked about, being here for 15 years. It's been fun to watch the coaches support each other, and then the players start to support each other, and then you get a family atmosphere that's truly that way. So it was great, and I do appreciate it. I told him that, and you know, I don't expect it to be a one-day thing. It won't surprise me, you know, when they're able to come to ball games the same way with us. I can't make it to every men's game. You know, I've got a family too. When you're down here, we're on a Tuesday or Thursday, Sunday, and the men are playing on Wednesday, Saturday. I can't be here down here 4 nights of the week. But it really was special, and I appreciated that. And you know, I'm gonna put a challenge out to our fans, both men's fans, our women's fans. There's no reason we can't sell this lower bowl out for Sunday's game. You know, we're a 1 seed in the NCAA tournament, going to be playing a second-round game against a really good Gonzaga team. And why we can't get 12,000 down here, I think we should. I think we can. It's good basketball. There's no question about it. And I'm hoping, I know our fans have been as loyal as can be, and I'm hoping they can drag a friend, their neighbor, you know, somebody they like or don't like, I don't care. Just drag them down and come to the game and see what they think. Because our fan base has been built on one fan at a time. You know, I'll get my emails. My email, as I told you, it's online, and I'll get my coaching critiques from about 4 different people that are always pretty consistent, you know, of what I should have done, what I did bad. You know, like I told you, there's nothing better when you get one in the first quarter. Pathetic. Worst basketball I've ever seen. And then you come back and win, you know, and I always reply, that didn't age very well, you know. But it's part of it. We've built this one fan at a time. I obviously had the opportunity this morning to be at the press conference and then the gathering this afternoon, and I had about 10 people talk about how good our players are. Not on the basketball court, but I was with my grandson, my granddaughter at the mall, and 3 of your kids were there, and we went over to ask for a picture, and they were asking my grandchild, do you play a sport? Do you play basketball? And actually, instead of just taking a picture and that's it, they invest in them. And that's what our kids do, and that's why I think we have the following that we have, and hopefully we can continue to grow it.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
I was actually asking about Kenny Klein.
Well, Kenny, he's here too. I'm seeing that man smile. I'm excited.
He was supposed to do.
Well, that's what he does. Always trying to barge in on a press conference, Thank you, everybody. You guys are fantastic.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Same thing. We can do you first and then.
Okay, sure, great. Yep.
Okay, we'll begin with an opening statement from Coach Mullen.
Sure. Well, I'm so proud of my team. I'm so proud of the players. They certainly had an amazing season. They earned the right to be here. Louisville is a really athletic, talented team, and just scoring threats at every position. But I just can't say enough about how proud I am of their resiliency. We had that tough second quarter where we had a lot of turnovers, and they turned those turnovers into points. And we just really talked about getting stops and to, outscore a team like Louisville in the third quarter and play -4 in that second half. Truly is a testament to them not giving up and their fight and the fight that they've had all year. So it was really nice for them to have the opportunity to showcase that on the national stage, just who they are, what our culture's like, and to do that in front of the president of our university, our administration, our athletic director, and fans and supporters, season ticket holders, donors. It really was amazing, and it's been an amazing experience. I'm so happy for our players.
Okay, questions?
Yeah, Abigail Rebel, Albany Times-Union. What kind of went right for you guys in the third quarter and to a certain extent in the fourth that let you make it a competitive half?
Yeah, I think we just really talked about at halftime about our small goals that we had. We made some small goals for each media on what we wanted to do of holding them offensive rebounds, how we wanted to, how many stops we wanted to get, taking care of the ball, and just really the winning plays. We wanted to be focused on the winning plays. And, Kayla Cooper and Ellen Hane had amazing, just intensity and confidence and athleticism. I thought Koi Sims off the bench, did a great job too, just, being confident and attacking them. So I think that confidence plus our offensive execution, cutting back door, we were executing our offense, we were going side to side. And when we did that, I think that's where we had some success, but it came from getting stops on the defensive end.
Steve Bittenbender, Associated Press. This was going to be a challenging game regardless, but not being at 100% and having your inside post player out again. What kind of challenges did that present, and what did you try to do to compensate for that?
Yeah, not having Lucia was difficult. She is she was named to the all defensive team this year. Really good shot blocker and could much better match up with their size inside. Corcoran and Engsler, they got such great size and they're long, so their arms are bigger than they play. So we were really focused on trying to double them inside and try to take away their inside game with multiple people, like a team effort. And in the first half, we weren't doing that as much. We were allowing them to get deep position, but not having Lucia and being down a player, certainly it was tough. But I think since she's been injured over the last couple of games and certainly winning the championship without her, the players knew they all had to be just a little bit better. And it was really great to see our whole team play and contribute.
I mean, obviously we hear a lot throughout the season, there's no such thing as a moral victory, but to be a 16 seed, come and play Louisville, and to, represent yourselves the way that you did, are there any moral victories that you can find from this game?
I mean, certainly. I mean, I think the number one thing is that we're here, and that means we won a championship and we cut down a net, and, Louisville is a really great team, and they're fighting for a national championship right now. I know that's their ultimate goal, but they didn't get to cut down a net yet. They didn't get to be champions, and we did, and that's a really cool thing for us to be able to do that in terms of our tournament, and to win our conference tournament was really cool. A really great experience. So I think to just get here is the victory, and regardless of the outcome, they were going to be winners in my eyes. They play like winners, they act like winners on and off the court, and especially when no one's looking. So that's the moral victory for me.
Steve with the Associated Press, if you could kind of build on that, looking forward toward next year, I think you have everybody back, is that correct, even the seniors?
Yep.
How do you look to kind of parlay this success into possibly a higher seed or a deeper run next year?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, I think postseason experience, really at any level, but specifically in the NCAA tournament, is so valuable for a team, especially a team that you're returning everybody, and just understanding how much it takes. I mean, our players had never been here before. They hadn't won a championship. This was our first winning season in 4 years, and they really bought into this 4-year plan, this gradual plan of doing things the right way, and now they've been able to reap the benefits of all their hard work. And I think knowing what this is all about and having this opportunity, hopefully we'll be able to build upon that and be even better next year.
What can you say about the efforts of your freshmen in this game, especially Lily and Koi? Because, I mean, this is their first time doing any of this.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't be more proud. I mean, all of our 4 freshmen played. They contributed. They played tough. Lily, a freshman point guard's going against Louisville's pressure. How can you not be so proud as a coach and know that the future is so bright? Freya's had huge games this year. Koi coming off the bench, playing limited minutes, and just showing her athleticism, showing her confidence. And Abby Ray going in there and just being solid, and having a freshman class like that understands their roles, bought into their roles, plays a part in the culture, and that's very exciting for the next 3 years.
Okay. Other questions from the floor? Okay, we'll take a Zoom call from Mike Kelly. I think we just lost him.
Won't be happy about that.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Great, thank you very much.
Okay, we'll open the floor to questions for the student athletes.
Hey guys, we've been hearing all season your offense comes from your defense. How much did getting those stops in the last 3 minutes of the first quarter lead to that little 9-0 spurt in the second, where you guys got within 5 or 6, I think?
Ellen, would you like to start?
That was definitely a huge thing for us. Like you said, all season we've been talking about it starts on defense, and that's where we get our energy from and our confidence. So definitely getting those stops, and we were able to turn that into points, and that's very important for us.
Yeah, just like Ellen said, I really think that that was our goal from the beginning of the game, and that's also been our goal since the beginning of preseason. We just want to defend really well, keep them on their toes, and do what we got to do.
Okay. Next question?
I can keep going.
Okay.
Although I know Mike will have some questions. Last game of the season, but everyone's coming back. Just, what are your thoughts on the season as a whole and sort of looking forward to next year?
Should I start? I think we've had an amazing season. Just starting last year, finishing our season at Maine, losing, and just having a really difficult year, and then just turning that into, players coming back, just being so motivated and so bought into our goal of being champions and of winning our conference championship. So I think just the whole season has been really good for us, and I'm very, very proud of what we've done, because it hasn't been, always good stuff. We've had our ups and downs for sure, but at the end of it, we've just been so bought into what we wanted to do and what we know we're capable of doing. So I think just being here, being able to compete with Louisville and just giving it all we got, I'm just really proud of that.
Yeah, I definitely think it's really exciting too, because I think throughout this entire season we've shown how good we are, and I think with every game we've got so much better. And I just think that coming off a sweep from Maine and beating them on their home court, that's just like Ellen said, we lost there last year in the semifinals and we were done early, and now getting here has just been our goal, and just we're so proud of where we're at. And I think, like she also said, we went home last year and we worked really hard and we worked individually on our goals, and I think going into this summer we're going to do the same thing and come back even better. So I'm really excited for next year, especially since everyone's coming back.
I think this will be it for me, but Coach kind of talked about, having small goals, getting small ones. What were some of those from this game for each of you that you achieved?
Kiana?
I think
Okay.
for sure, definitely rebounding. I think that's definitely one of my roles for the team, is definitely to get rebounds. So limiting them, boxing out, limiting them for offensive rebounds, and also just getting all the 50-50 balls. We got to force jump balls, keep them out the paint, so stuff like that.
Yeah, we had small goals for each 5 minutes. I think going into a game like this, you have to take it 5 minutes at a time, sometimes even possession by possession. But just each 5 minutes, making sure that we had some small goals, like getting 6 shots up, limiting them to 2-0 boards, and just small things like that we could focus on, because sometimes it's hard to go into a game, just look at it as a whole game. But I think overall just giving it all we got, just playing with our heart and playing tough and be confident. So I think that's definitely the main goal of this game.
Okay, let's go to Mike Kelly on a Zoom question.
Yep, Mike Kelly, Daily Zeds Schenectady. For both players, what was the most memorable part of kind of this past week? Maybe from the end of last Friday to the end of this Friday for you guys.
Ellen?
I think just the whole thing has been amazing for us. Just coming off of that game at Maine, knowing we're going to March Madness, it's just been an incredible journey for us, just experiencing all of it, nothing we've done before, and to do it all together and with our coaches, it's been amazing, and yeah, just a lot of fun. So I would say all of it.
I definitely agree. I think the whole week was just so surreal and so fun to do. I think something that I definitely love to remember is how we just reacted on the bus. Like, we were literally up until like 4 a.m. just singing and dancing with each other. So we had such a fun time. And also, like, just coming here, like, getting to experience a charter for the first time, and then just feeling like we just worked so hard, just had us have fun the whole entire week. So we had a good time.
Have any
Thank you.
questions from the floor? Okay, Liana on Zoom.
Hey guys, to outscore Louisville in the third quarter and play them as tight as you did in the second half, what can you say about your fight, your resiliency against such a good team?
Kayla?
I think it's amazing. I think, like we said, like, defense has been something that we've worked so hard on since the summertime, and I think, you know, that goes to show, like, that we are the second best defense in the country, and I feel like we wanted to show that here, and we wanted to show that we belong here, and to do something like that to such a really good team. They're so offensive, they're so big, they're so much bigger than us, but we had heart, and I feel like that really showed us.
Yeah, just going off of that, I just think it showed that we can compete with them. And that was really everything we wanted going into this game, showing that we came here for a reason and we have something to prove. And I just think it speaks for our culture and just who we are. So I'm very proud of that.
Liana, you can go ahead with your follow-up.
A quick follow-up. A lot of teams will use heartbreak or a loss in a conference tournament as motivation heading into the summer, into next year. How do you use the experience that you guys have had winning your conference tournament, going to an NCAA tournament, to still maintain that same kind of hunger and motivation heading into the off season?
I think that's definitely very important for us. Last year this year we had as a goal to win the conference championship, and now that we were able to do that and to come to March Madness, I think that really pushes us to raise our goals, raise our standards, and just come back even more hungry and get more next year.
I definitely think it's definitely this whole experience definitely gave us so much confidence. So I think that going into the summer, just knowing that we got here this year, we can definitely work on getting farther here. You know, we have to do what we got to do in conference, but we got to learn how to stay here in this conference and just keep working hard.
Okay, any more questions from the floor? Okay, ladies, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, we should have the recording up on ncaaveritone.com and transcripts shortly after that.